Yeah, thanks, Eric.
Recording in
I'll be really
progress.
brief. Just want to wish Mulligan all the best in his recovery. Put aside the game for now, and just wish him a speedy recovery. I can't assess anything. I don't know the severity of it, but we wish him well. To the game, listen, we started a young, dynamic, exciting group, and we kept Club América in a really tight game. They've had a lot of joy on the road this year so far in their away games, and they've dominated the games, and I thought we had the upper hand for much of the game. They get one moment and score a goal. We have a similar moment in the first half, and unfortunately we just get the corner out of it. And then I thought we put on a real proud display in the second half where we pinned them in. I think we had 11 shots and couldn't reward ourselves. But yeah, it's a tight game. It's half time in the series, and we look forward to a trip down in Mexico.
Thanks, Eric. Bradley.
Hey, John.
As that game comes down the stretch, when you guys are generating a lot of scoring chances in the last 15, 20, whatever it was, minutes, is it frustrating for you to stand there on the sideline and watch the ball go everywhere but in?
No, I mean, I'm frustrated for the guys because they're working so hard to get to these moments, and you can see it starting to click and starting to work, and we're getting some sort of penetration through the sides and getting some dangerous crosses in, and everything but the goal. So I'm really proud of them, and just shows me we're getting close, and that gives me motivation and inspiration. These guys inspired me tonight. And gives everyone around, and I think everyone was watching the game out the same lenses as we were, and I'm not sure when the last time was where we could turn, or teams could turn over Club América in their own build-out. This is a possession team, and I thought we did really well at that, and again, we're getting close, and that gives me hope.
Philippe Ndinga's debut, pretty solid overall. What do you think?
Great. I mean, he put the team first. He's physically not ready to go, and he asked him at halftime, and he said no, he'll give the team everything he's got, and we were hoping to push him 90. I was trying to make a sub there, and credit to him for the maturity he showed there, just to say, hey, the last couple minutes, 10, 12 minutes, he's cramping up a little bit. So he put in massive shift, and I think we saw glimpses of what he can do. He's very proactive on the jump to close down time and space, and I think he's very technical and very brave on the ball. So, for a debut, after 2 days of training, I'd say 1.5 sessions, I think it's a step in the right direction, and I think everyone can see what type of outside back we've got.
Bradley, Olwethu was active tonight defensively, 11 recoveries, 3 clearances, 2 tackles, and was all over the field. Just assess how vital he was to the defensive line and what you thought of his performance.
Yeah, I thought the whole back line defended pretty well. Just think about their front four, their mobile attackers. They load your line with 6 at times. They build in a 3-1-6. So it's really tough when we're defending on the side of the ball. Feels like a ton of yellow shirts in and around you, and you could be quite intimidating. So, but again, if you just stick to the principles, and McCanya's done a great job of sticking to the principles, and he's getting rewarded, and I think everyone's seen that, and he's in the preliminary roster for Bafana. Let's just hope he's created enough attention around him, and that he gets his first call up. So, I think with tonight, it's another statement in the right direction. Just a couple of months before the World Cup.
Bradley, tonight it looked like you guys were playing in a 4-2-3-1 formation with a lone striker up top. I guess what kind of went into that decision? I know fluidity, it could change with 2 strikers up top depending on moments with the ball. Yeah,
one, we're just trying to get Ezekiel Alado, the moments, right? And we thought with 3 floating 10s in the midfield, just to create more, along the back line, along between the lines of their 6s and defenders, to float between there. And Ezekiel's a big presence. And then we just need him to run more in behind a little bit more. So he's still getting up to speed with everything. I think it's clear to see. He has certain tools, and when it comes to life, you'd be like, oh, right, there it is. So again, we continue to invest in him and develop him and, grow with him. He's still young. And this is the thing. He's 20. Let's not forget that. And we know we put a lot of weight on his shoulders, but also we're realistic in his trajectory and his pathways. So this is something we committed to, and I think it's going to take a little bit of time. But every moment we give him in a real live match and a real live scenario, And then kind of Bruno's like the role model, how we can do it. And I thought when Bruno came on, you saw things just starting to click into place. We have some turnovers, and all of a sudden we look very goal-threatening and dangerous on their turnovers. So, and that was the thinking in the system formation today.
Bradley, to Todd's point, and
Yeah.
what you mentioned earlier in terms of a young starting lineup and things starting to click going into the half, were the substitutions of Frankie and Damiani for Ezekiel and Kevin, was that sort of to try something new, maybe shift things around, or was it more of a load management type of thing as you continue to progress with both Kevin and Ezekiel?
Yeah, Rodriguez is a handful down that side too. So just thinking of like the doubling up of defensive duties with Nate and Frankie in the 10. You know, we've used Frankie in the 10 before, and we had a progression of we weren't thinking of Ndinga might not last as long, and then we just dropped Frankie like we did, you know, in terms of the progression. And then I thought Jesus Bueno and Jovan Lukic grew into the game and looked really solid. But I just think the athleticism of Danley, Jean-Jacques, and he's played 10 before for us. So then we just, you know, kind of manufactured that. I didn't want to upset the Sixers. I thought they really had a good grip on the game. And I think the way we ended like I'd say the last 12 minutes of the first half and the next 45 minutes was, you know, I thought the guys put on a really good display.
And then to the moment in the 92nd minute, you mentioned Jesus Bueno, going to bring him up. It seems like there was a foul in your own half, and Nate chooses to kick the ball out of bounds. Is that
no? Listen, I'm a sportsman first.
Okay.
You know, the keeper kicked it out of play. We got the throw in. We continued to play.
Okay.
And I'm a sportsman first. I don't think Makanya noticed the moment that the goalkeeper kicked it deliberately out of bounds. He thought he just sliced the ball out of bounds. So in fair play, we gave them possession back.
Thank you for clarifying.
All right. Yeah. And that was my decision. Like I called Nate over. I said, give them the ball back.
Yeah. It was unclear looking from above.
Yeah.
Right? So
No, I
thank
just
you.
wanted in the fairness of the game. Yeah.
We'll wrap with Curry.
Thank you. Okay. Bradley, one of the things that I remember from last season is you prided yourself and the team on the percentage of set pieces that you guys were able to convert and to put away. Going into this season, you know, you're still looking for that. What is so different about that? And are you still holding those guys to that same sort of regard in terms of like a percentage-based approach to?
Yeah, I think the eye test tonight demonstrated that. I think we had so many nearly moments and so many close moments where we get forced contact. I think even in the MLS play over 3 games, I think we have 4th most first touch contacts. Could be it's top 10 for sure. You know, so I think we're getting in and around, and the execution's there. We just got to get the timing of the runs, or maybe the first contact's not as clean as we would like or clinical as we would like. But again, it's just similar to our open play. It's very, very close. And tonight I saw probably over the last 3 games, and now the 4th game, we've seen a progression in each game. I mean, barring the 2 red cards in the first 2 games, we had to be a little bit stretched and outnumbered there. But I thought progressively now, and this the guys are sort of I don't want to say energized in there, but they feel like, okay, we're getting there, you know, and this is the feeling. At 30 minutes when the keeper went down, we got the guys together and be like, hey, this is looking okay. We're getting in the game. And the confidence grew from there, and you could see almost a release of the handbrake almost. And I'm hoping they reward themselves with a goal pretty soon.
Thanks, Bradley.
Thank you very much.